Hello everybody and welcome to the Friday Wrap for today, October 31st. Happy Halloween! Nothing spooky this week, 2014. And I hope you all had a fantastic week. I know I did. And I apologize that this is a bit of a different angle. My usual camera, which is over here, that I do the Friday Wrap with, is causing me huge headache. For the most part, the Logitech C920 has been an excellent camera, but it has been really finicky since I've owned it. Sometimes it feels like working, other times it hasn't. I've had uninstall drivers, reinstall drivers. Right now, it's giving me a black screen on both photo mode and video mode, as well as sometimes giving me like some feedback on photo mode, but never on video mode. When I try and like record with it, it crashes. I'm so frustrated with it. I just want to throw it out a window. But I'll get it hopefully working by next week if I friggin' feel like it. So I'm also cheating because I'm recording this on Thursday, which is usually my Dungeons and Dragons day, but it was canceled for a second week, not by me this time, but by my dungeon master. And I am not playing this week. And tomorrow, when I would usually record it, is again a super busy Friday. So instead of like worrying about when I'm going to get this in, I'm going to get it done now. It's Thursday night. Nothing's going to change massively between today and tomorrow, and you'll have this for Friday on time. As I die a little bit on you. Anyway, it's been a pretty crazy week for videos, let's be honest. I've had some cool things going. Maya's saying hello. I've had some cool videos going. I will say I'm a little bit disappointed that Silence of the Sleep has not gotten the viewership that I hoped it would. But I'm loving the game and I'm going to beat it. I'm pretty sure I'm actually close to the end of it by now. It's really creepy. It really gives a Silent Hill vibe, and the story is intriguing on multiple levels. So I'm looking forward to beating that. Next week, we're looking at the release of The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, which I will be doing at least a little series on. I don't know if it'll ever be 1,000 episodes like Northern Lion, but it's something I'm excited to play, and because of that, I will be sharing it with you. I have decided that I'm also going to go ahead and go with a Dragon Age Inquisition playthrough because it's a game I'm excited for. I'm hoping it doesn't suck, and we'll see how that ends up going. I did temporarily bring back The Long Dark because an update was released yesterday, or 2 days ago now, for it, and it introduced a more than doubled size of the map, as well as tweaked a lot of the gameplay mechanics. And I am still going with RimWorld for a little bit, and Grimrock is still going, and everything else that I have going is just going well. I'm enjoying it. The only one that, like I said, that's not doing as well as I'd like it to is Silence of the Sleep, but at this point, I'm so close to the end, I might as well just finish the game. And for those who do watch it, tell me they absolutely friggin' love it, which is awesome. I'm very excited about that. Oh, The Forest is also going as well for now, which is going super well. I'm excited for it. Other things is, well, one other thing, as you know, is Oculus Rift. I did put up my very first Oculus Rift video up the other day, and not gonna lie, to record Oculus Rift stuff is a huge pain in the ass. But you guys loved the video, so I can't say no to you. I will do more Oculus videos in the future. I'm thinking I'm gonna wait till my new computer is done. And for those of you who don't know, the next week or two, I will be building a new rig. This puppy right here has kind of had her run. She's been around for 6 years now, I think. I'm running, you know, the only good part in her is the video card, because I just bought a 780 GTX a few months back. I'm going to stick with that. That card is going to be gutted out of this PC, and I'm going to put it in the new one. I mean, just to give you an idea of how old this puppy is, I'm running an i7 2600K. For the time when I bought it, it was like a $450 processor. Now they don't even make them anymore because they're so old. I am going to be upgrading to a 4790K i7 processor. For those who are excited or interested in specs, just so you know, my upcoming machine, I actually have it right here. I'll run it down for you. I'm going to be running 16 gigs of RAM. Might bump that up to 32. And the way I would do that is actually gut the RAM out of this thing. And the reason I would gut it is because it's going to be the same RAM, because the RAM in here is actually relatively new as well. I'm going to be running an 850 watt power supply. I am going to be running, where is it? Just a DVD player. I don't want a Blu-ray. I don't need a Blu-ray. I just run digital stuff for the most part. I will be running a 240 gig solid state drive SSD for Windows only. I will also be running on top of that a 2 terabyte HDD SATA drive. That's just for my usual programs, downloading all that stuff. Like I said, an i7 4790K processor, and I will have a full tower case running with it, and I will, like I said, gut the 780 GTX and put it in the new machine and just stick with that for all intents and purposes. It should be a really nice upgrade to what I'm running now. It should see a significant speed bump. I should process things a lot faster. I mean, this processor has been put through the ringer over the years. I should be able to get videos out, faster technically out of my machine. And just generally, I'm excited to have a new computer. I haven't really, like I said, built a new PC for like 5 or 6 years now. This thing is old, man. This thing is super old, but she's done me well. And she was my first purchase, man. When I first started this hobby, this was my first purchase like 5 years ago. Well, because I was running videos before that off of a really, really old machine that was a pre-built HP, and it just wasn't getting the job done. So my first big buy, with Christmas money, birthday money, and whatever else I could scratch together, was putting her together. And it got me off the ground. It got me to where I am today, and I can't, say it was a bad decision. I'm very happy I put this puppy together, and I'm gonna miss using this computer. But to be honest with you, it's time. It's time to put her out of her misery. And hopefully this one will last me just as long, if not a little bit longer. We'll see. But that's kind of where I'm sitting with the new PC. Hopefully it'll be done in a week. I think the part I'm least looking forward to is getting everything up and running on the new computer. That means I need to get Steam installed, my games re-downloaded, my programs reinstalled. I'm going to try and move as many of my programs that I use now on an external hard drive that I'm running, and then just put them over on my new machine once that thing's up and running. I expect it to take me a few days to kind of really get back up to speed to where I was. My hope is that once I have all the parts in, I'll spend a day just recording a few days worth of content as much as I can, just in case of like worst case scenario. And then over the next couple of days, I'll get things running and get things going. And then once everything's like top notch where I need it to be, I can start recording regularly again. There won't be any lapse in content for you guys as far as I'm concerned. I just want to make sure that I have a backup just in case things don't go as 100% smoothly as I hope they go. And that's another reason I'm going to wait to record really a lot more Oculus stuff. I might do one more, but I want to make sure the machine I have can handle more stuff. I mean, the bottleneck here really is my processor. It's not my graphics card. It's stopping me from doing everything as optimally as I'd like it to because it's so old. So with the new machine, I should be able to do everything I'm doing now, but better. And you guys might not, well, I'm hoping you guys will notice an up in quality, but for me, I'll notice a huge up in quality because I'll be able to record things and run things at maximum settings. And that means looking at getting things up and running at 60 frames per second on YouTube as well, because that takes a lot more rendering power and a lot more processing power for me, which makes it take way more time to get a video rendered at 60 frames a second. It'll double my time essentially. And right now a video could take like an hour, depending on the video, maybe 2 hours if it's a big one, to process and render, especially if it has face cam. So if I want to get that going at 60 frames per second, that's going to double the time. So we're looking at, needing a much more powerful processor. So that's kind of my rant on where I stand with this puppy here. But I'm excited for the next week or two. We're looking at a lot more series coming up. I don't know how much longer the forest is going to go. I expect that once I die in the forest again, we'll probably wrap up the series and start replacing it. RimWorld is the same way. I'll probably give it one run until the colony that I currently have is done, and I'll put it on the side for now until the next alpha comes out. And the only reason I'm kind of like not shortchanging, but going through these really quickly is because they're games that I've played in the past, and I know you guys love them, but I've got so many other games coming down the pipeline. I need to get exposure to as many of them as I can, and I want to play them all too. They're not just games I'm like, oh, I better get exposure out for them. Like Binding of Isaac Rebirth is a game I'm incredibly excited for. I know my channel is not really known for Isaac, but I've played a bunch of Isaac off camera when it came out, as time going on. When Wrath of the Lamb came out, I played Isaac a ton. I have 100 or 200 hours into the game itself. So Rebirth is something I'm personally excited for, and hopefully you guys will be excited to watch as well. Dragon Age Inquisition is going to take a huge chunk of time. We got Far Cry 4 coming out. We just got a lot of stuff coming out, and I'm excited to do it. And one of the other things too that I'm thinking about, and this particular vlog is being very channel updatey, but that's fine. is that people are really, really, really liking the face cam on other things, like to the point where I ended up not being able to have face cam on my videos today, and people were freaking out, like, where's face cam? I want face cam. So we might start seeing face cam in other things if I deem it necessary. I don't think Binding of Isaac is one of those games that really needs face cam. It would work without obstructing the gameplay, purely because it would be off to the side and Isaac doesn't run at a widescreen, though the new one might. But I don't see Isaac being one of the ones that I would use it for. Maybe Far Cry. I don't think I'd use it for Dragon Age. Again, I'm still going to be very picky with what games I use it with, but the reaction to Facecam is so incredibly positive that it's hard for me to say no Facecam. It's really hard for me to say because it's doing so well. And I'd be dumb to take that away from you guys if you like it so much. Sure, I every once in a while get people who say they hate Facecam, but those people are so outnumbered by the people who like it and make it vocally known that they like it, and the videos do exceptionally well because of it, that I would be remiss to not do it in other things. We'll see. It's still up here. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I will make that decision when I start up a series and see if it really works. The only downside of doing like Facecam for series is that it's another layer of work and editing that takes up time and makes rendering go longer. With Facecam, the computer has not a harder time, but it just takes more time to render those things because it's an extra layer of video that it needs to now take care of. And that means, for me, more time taken away. And that's always a problem. Like, time management is one of the hardest things with this job, is making sure I have time to do everything. But I'm going to try and get it done. The other thing, too, is Elite Dangerous Beta 3 came out, and I have not had the opportunity to dive into that yet, and I do want to visit it for a mini video series like I've done the others. But I don't know when I'm going to have time to do it. Hopefully sometime next month. I'm not going to make any promises that it's going to be soon. I will say it will be as soon as I can make it. And we'll just kind of leave it at that. Because Beta 3 brings in 2,400 star systems, player interdictions, mining, multiple ship ownership. It's 2 new ships. It's just a huge update that is really difficult for me to say no to. And I did play about 15 minutes of it just on the Oculus Rift so I could try it out. And that was an experience, let me tell you. Oculus Rift makes that game incredible. But yeah, that's that. So I guess we'll just wrap this up here. If you guys have questions, as always, just drop in the comment section below. I'll try to answer them for you. I apologize for this being more ranty Friday update, Friday wrap. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a fantastic next week ahead of you. Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, last thing. Sunday, I'm going to be at Rhode Island Comicon. So if you're going, let me know, and I will hopefully see you there. But I'm going to be there with my sister. I'm only going to go for Sunday. It's like super cheap. So if you live nearby and you have like $25 or whatever to get in, it's all costs. Go check it out. Maybe it might be 35. But I'll be there on Sunday. So if you're there, follow me on Twitter, man, and just let me know, and I will be there. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next week, and have a good week. Bye-bye.